This video explains how to fix your printer when you see a carriage jam error message on your computer or your printer's control panel. Turn the printer off and then on again. This will sometimes fix the issue. Press the power button to turn the printer off. If it does not turn off, you might have a paper jam. We will address paper jams in this video in a few minutes. Once the printer is off, wait 60 seconds. It is important to wait the full 60 seconds to allow the print mechanism to reset. Then, press the power button to turn the printer back on. Wait for the printer to turn on and stop making noise. Let's try printing something to see if the issue is resolved. In this situation, the best way to print a page is to copy something from the scanner glass. First, find a piece of paper with words on it. Lift the scanner lid and place the paper print side down on the scanner glass. Close the scanner lid. On the printer control panel, press the button next to Copy. Then, press the button next to Black Copy. Then, press the button next to Actual Size, and then press OK to start the copy. If the copy prints successfully, the issue is resolved. If the copy does not print, go on to the next step. A paper jam might cause your carriage jam. Do not remove jam paper at this time, but begin by removing any loose paper from the input or output tray. Press the power button to turn the printer off. Turn to the back of the printer. Unplug the power cord from the back. Remove the rear access door. To do this, we first need to locate the tab to unlock the rear access door. Push the tab toward the right-hand side of the printer and pull out the rear access door. Check the rear area for jam paper. If you see any paper, remove it by pulling evenly with both hands to avoid tearing. If the paper tears while removing it from the rollers, check the rollers and wheels for torn pieces of paper that might remain inside the printer. If any torn pieces of paper remain inside, more paper jams are likely to occur. Reattach the rear access door. Gently push the tabs on the right side of the rear access door into the appropriate slots on the printer and push the door forward until it snaps into place. If you cannot remove the paper jam from the back, we will attempt to remove the paper jam from the front. Be careful when removing paper from the front. It can damage the print mechanism. Turn to the front. Open the ink cartridge access door. Gently remove any paper you see. Make sure you get all the small pieces that might tear off. Check the rollers and wheels for any remaining paper pieces. You must remove all scraps of paper to prevent future paper jams. Small pieces of paper can easily stick in places that are difficult to see. Use a flashlight to thoroughly search left and right inside the printer. Searching the carriage path with a flashlight is probably the most important step in preventing future jams. Don't worry if the carriage is in the way on the left side. We'll show you how to check that area later in this video. When you've removed the paper, close the ink cartridge access door. Turn to the back again. Plug the power cord back in. Turn to the front. Press the power button to turn the printer back on. Finally, load the paper and adjust the guides so they're snug against the stack. Next, let's try making a copy again to see if this last step fixed the printer. If the copy prints successfully, the issue is resolved. If the copy does not print, go on to the next step. Use the following steps to make sure the carriage can move freely. The printer must still be on for these steps to work. First, let's open the ink cartridge access door. The carriage might try to move into the center of the printer. If so, allow it to move into that position. Turn to the back of the printer. While the printer is still on, disconnect the power cord. Turn to the front again. Check for obstructions under and around the carriage that could prevent it from moving. Make sure the carriage can move freely by gently pushing it to the left and then to the right. This helps find any obstructions that might block the movement of the carriage. If you find any obstructions while moving the carriage, remove them. While the carriage is on the right side, use a flashlight to check the far left of the inside of the printer for obstructions. Remove any paper or debris you may find. Searching inside the printer with a flashlight is probably the most important step in preventing future jams. Once all obstructions are removed, close the ink cartridge access door. Turn to the back of the printer. Reconnect the power cord to the back of the printer. Turn to the front of the printer. If the printer does not automatically turn on, press the power button on the control panel to turn on the printer. Next, let's try making a copy again to see if this last step fixed the printer. If the copy prints successfully, the issue is resolved. If the copy does not print, go on to the next step. Sometimes, improper installation of the ink cartridge can cause a carriage jam. In this step, we will fix this. The printer must still be on for these steps to work. Open the ink cartridge access door. The carriage might try to move into the center of the printer. If so, allow it to move into that position. Let the carriage settle into the dock. Then, gently press the cartridge down. The cartridge releases so you can remove it. Repeat for both cartridges. When removing the cartridges, be aware of the electrical contacts and ink nozzles. Be careful not to touch the contacts or nozzles because touching these can cause clogs, ink failure, and poor electrical connections. While the cartridges are out of the printer, check for obstructions, such as bits of paper, under and around the carriage that could prevent it from moving. The next step is to reinstall the ink cartridges back into the printer. Let's start with the black cartridge. Hold the cartridge with the HP logo on top, and then insert the cartridge back into the right carriage slot. Push the cartridge firmly into the slot until it snaps into place. Next, let's do the same steps for the tricolor cartridge. Hold the cartridge with the HP logo on top, and then insert the cartridge back into the left carriage slot. Push the cartridge firmly into the slot until it snaps into place. Close the ink cartridge access door. Next, let's try making a copy again to see if this last step fixed the printer. If the copy prints successfully, the issue is resolved. If the copy does not print, go on to the next step. If the error message still displays, it might not be the printer. The power supply might be the issue. Press the power button to turn off the printer. Go to the back of the printer. Disconnect the power cord. Then, disconnect the power cord from the power strip or surge protector it's plugged into. Plug the power cord directly into a wall outlet. And then, plug it back into the printer. Move back to the front. Press the power button to turn on the printer. Next, let's try making a copy again to see if this last step fixed the printer. If the copy prints successfully, the issue is resolved. If the copy does not print, go on to the next step. Sometimes the issue can be resolved by resetting the printer. The printer must still be on for these steps to work. First, remove all the paper in the input tray. Turn to the back of the printer. Without turning the printer off, disconnect the power cord. Pull the power cord from the wall outlet. Wait 15 seconds. It is important to wait the full 15 seconds to allow time for all power to drain from the printer. Reconnect the power cord to the wall outlet. Then, plug the power cord back into the printer and go back to the front. If the printer does not turn on by itself, press the power button to turn it on. Next, let's try making a copy again to see if this last step fixed the printer. If the copy prints successfully, the issue is resolved. If the copy does not print, go on to the next step. If you've tried everything described in this video and you still have a problem, your printer likely needs some type of service. Contact HP to find out what the support options are for your printer. Your options for service may vary depending on how long you've owned it and what country you live in.